Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this session on using your guitar controls. Primarily what I mean by that is your pickup selection, your volume, and your tone. And on this one I have a Bigsby here, and so I'll maybe talk about that. And some guitars, like a Les Paul type guitar, has independent tone and volume for each pickup. But on this kind of telly vibe here, in a lot of guitars, really there's just a pickup selection, a tone, and a volume. So let's talk about how you can use that to kind of help craft your sound. Volume and tone, the way that I use volume and tone is my volume is always 100%. Just because I use a pedal board, and we'll talk about the pedal board in a second here, because I use a pedal board that kind of takes care of my gain stages and my volume on its own. And so I leave my volume all the way up and my amp set at a place where I'm kind of happy with that clean sound. I also keep my tone all the way up for the most part because, again, I've kind of set a relationship between my guitar, no pedals, and my amp that kind of defines my clean sound, and I'm okay with that. So I have a compressor on, but I'm going to leave that on for this video. Here's my bridge pickup, volume 100% and tone 100%. Just the amp. So that in and of itself sounds pretty good. That's just my guitar with a compressor on, which isn't really changing my tone. It's just kind of helping it pop a little bit. And my amp. And so I don't really mess with volume and tone much, but you can. A lot of guys will be a lot more gainy, for example. Watch what happens when I roll my volume back. I'll take it back to like 7 or 8. It does get a little softer, but a lot of people use their volume knob to kind of manage their gain. They can leave a pedal on or leave their amp a little more aggressive, and then they pull their volume back and it kind of cleans up. Here's an example, full volume with a drive pedal on, and then rolled off. Here's full volume, no pedals on. So really, it's not that different, assuming that your pedals don't crazy color your sound. It just may be a little bit softer because as you roll your volume knob back, you do end up losing signal at some point. But it's a fine way and a classic rock way to manage your tone and your intensity and your volume. But again, I leave everything 100%, and then I really use my right hand, to control my dynamics and my pickup selection. For example, I'm going to leave this guy on. Now watch what happens when I don't aggressively hit the guitar. Here's a little bit more. So being really dynamic with your right hand is going to help you. It goes a long way as you're kind of crafting sounds. But also check out what happens with the same intensity with a pickup change. So here's light intensity. This pedal that I have on is only adding a little bit of grit. Just changing to the middle pickup, so middle position, which is some of my neck and some of my bridge. It's going to clean up a little bit. Because I'm introducing this neck pickup into this sound, it doesn't have as much bite that the bridge usually has. You ever played an acoustic guitar? Well, here, listen to this. Listen to what happens when I play down here. Just getting closer to the bridge and the saddles, the sound gets a little bit more aggressive and bitey, which is why they put a bridge pickup close to the bridge. It just kind of naturally is going to give you more oomph and more mid-range and more aggressive sound. And so introducing something that picks up the sound up here into this one and kind of splitting the two, to go all the way to the neck, which typically I don't do for rhythm stuff because it's usually quite a bit more low end to it, and so I won't play chords like I'm doing. But for the example, here's bridge, middle, neck. So you can kind of hear a little bit more bluesy. So using your controls and your hand will help you as you craft sounds, and your dynamics will really go to the next level as you're understanding all that stuff. So try it a bunch of different ways. Try with the pedal on and your tone and your volume all the way up, and just change your hand intensity. Try it with crafting sounds with your pedals. For example, and we'll hit this on the next video, but for example, here's the same intensity, adding gain slowly. I didn't change my hand at all, I just added pedals. You can also do the same thing with a volume pedal. So let me turn all that on. With that pedal on, I don't really have much room to change there, but. Makes sense? So there's a lot of ways to do this, but figure out how it best works with your gear, your rig, your hands, and your amp, and I think you'll figure that out as you go. So let us know if you have any questions about any of that. We'll try to help you out.